So if you were to go down the path that says, I'm going to backlap, I believe in backlapping, I don't have a dual, I'm not that rich, I don't have a $25,000 grinder or a used one for less, but if I don't, I'm going to have to backlap. And what is backlapping? Backlapping is when I take a compound, and that compound is some sort of abrasive material, whether it's a silica or whatever it is. I'm going to take this abrasive material, I'm going to turn my reel in reverse. And that's extremely important. If you ever at any time turn the reel forward when the lapping compound's on, you're going to ruin that front cutting edge. The idea is to take and turn the reel in reverse, and you're going to take a brush. And as this reel is turning, I'm going to take a brush with lapping compound and I'm going to wipe it on the reel. If you believe in backlapping, you have to have a relief grind in this blade. The relief grind does two things for me. One, it helps hold the lapping compound, and two, it reduces the amount of grinding that I have to do. If I have a flat blade that has a flat grind on it, that's the entire width of the blade, then I'm going to have to backlap that whole surface off. And that's going to take an extremely long amount of time. And so by having a relief in here, I'm reducing the area that I'm trying to wear away. Basically, you're going to be honing or wearing away. And it's like taking a piece of sandpaper and a piece of metal. The bigger the piece of metal, the longer it's going to take. If you have something really small, it won't take very long to file it down. So this area makes a difference. We want the lapping compound to get caught in this. It's going to have a slope which is going to force the lapping compound down into this groove. You're going to tighten your reel down till there's pretty much contact. You want the reel and the bed knife to come pretty much in contact with each other, so that the only way the lapping compound can get past is between these two surfaces. And you're going to force that abrasive material between them. One is stationary, one is moving, and it's basically just going to hone and wear away the metal. When I wear it away, if I was to take and draw a line here, if I was to wear this away, what it would leave me with is a square edge. Down here, as I wear this away, and it's kind of deceiving on this picture because it looks like the blade's traveling like this. Well, the blade's actually going down. So as I wear down, if I was to cut this off, then it would wear it away. If you could draw a straight line between this point right here and this point right here, the reel actually will rotate in this direction. And if I go down to here, that would leave me with a square edge, which is my ultimate goal. My goal is to make a square edge. Same thing would happen up above. If you put these two together, what this would leave me with is a square edge here and a square edge down here. Unfortunately, I can't do it with this mouse. There's a couple of theories and things that people throw around. The people that believe in using the dual express grinder to grind, and those that do backlapping have two different theories. And some of the things that I've heard, I've gone to a lot of seminars, and if you want to go stir up a hornet's nest, go into a group of technicians and ask them who believes in backlapping and who believes in grinding, and then you kind of step back and just watch the fur fly, because there's people that are diehard one or diehard the other, and there's not too many people that are in between very often. What you'll see is some people will say that backlapping, if you believe in backlapping, backlapping will destroy the bearings. They say that if you actually get into a backlapping program, you're going to have to change your bearings a lot more often. Well, if you know anything about bearings, the bearings that we use are typically tapered roller bearings, and the strength of a Timken roller bearing is pretty incredible. I mean, they're like 10,000 psi is the amount of pressure that one of those bearings can withstand. And so backlapping, and their theory is that that pressure that you have where those two blades come in contact puts so much pressure on the bearings it ruins the bearings. Well, that's a theory that really is incorrect. The thing that takes out bearings in reels, the number one cause of failure is water. Water is the thing that takes it out. And if you have a reel that has a bad bearing and you pull it apart, you're going to find there's going to be pits in those bearings. Well, that is not caused because the guy backlaps. So the question is, why would they believe that? Where did the theory come from? And all I can imagine is, if you do a lot of backlapping, what do you have to do as soon as you're done backlapping? you have to wash them down. So my question is, what are they using to spray them down or wash them off? Are they using a pressure washer? Are they using high pressure water? And what they're probably doing is backlapping and then trying to get the lapping compound off the stuff. If you let it dry, it's kind of hard to get off. So you try to use higher pressure trying to get the stuff off instead of just making it wet and letting it soak off. They use higher pressure, and what they're doing is they're forcing water into the bearings in the process of cleaning the reel back up. Then the problem fails because of water damage, and they're blaming the backlapping. Well, in a certain way, it's true. Because I backlapped and then I washed it, the bearing went bad. But there really isn't because of the lapping compound. It's because of their maintenance practice. And so bearings are not going to be taken out because of it. The number one problem is water. The number two is going to be dirt. Now it leads to believe if I can get water through that seal, dirt probably can also follow. Or the process of washing, I am taking the dirt with me. And so once I get water in there and I have dirt in there, that's going to take my bearing out. If you can keep that water out and keep the dirt out, keep it greased with a good quality grease, you really don't have that many bearing failures. But the reality is your seals will go out eventually. They're in a terrible environment. There's a lot of sticks and stuff that get drawn in there and take the seals out. So they will. But you can prolong it, and the biggest thing is how you wash it. If you use low pressure water and just wash this reel out with just light water, and then as soon as you're done, you grease it to flush any water that got in there, you're going to extend the life of that reel. And not backlapping because of that, those two really don't follow each other.